it's me. I was wondering if after all these weeks you'd still be willing to watch my videos. Hi everyone, it's Clarice. This is Clarice Reads, and it has been a while. Again, reading and booktube just haven't been a priority for me at all recently, so I haven't been reading much, which is totally fine. Though I have been basically failing at all the reading resolutions I set for myself at the start of the year. At least one book from a different non-US, non-UK, non-Philippine country every single month. This year I plan to reread at least one book every single month. One book that's on that list every single month. Yeah, no, I haven't done any of that. My priorities this year just have been completely different from what I thought they would be at the start of the year, but that doesn't mean that I've forgotten about my reading goals. I know everyone says that to achieve your goals, it's best to come up with objective ways to measure yourself, to give yourself numerical criteria to determine whether you've achieved your goals or not, and to also help you just reach those goals in general. But it's not like reading is like my ultimate life goal. And if I feel that if I force myself to adhere to the strict guidelines that I came up with at the start of the year, I'm going to start to forget about the actual essence of those goals and instead start to just think about how much I've been reading and how much time. I don't want this to become about the numbers. So I'm sticking with my goals, but I'm forgetting about trying to read a certain number of books in a certain amount of time. So how am I going to achieve my reading goals? I guess I'm gonna just wing it for now. Come up with more temporary measures for whether I'm able to achieve those goals or not by setting, I guess, fun challenges that actually excite me at the present moment and not just try to adhere to the standard I set for myself months ago. I guess it was kind of ridiculous for me to think that I could plan how my entire reading year was going to play out in just one go. So right now, I guess I'm focusing more on the read the world goal that I set for myself, wherein I'm trying to read more diversely in terms of the countries that I'm reading books from. But instead of telling myself I have to read at least one book from one country every single month, I thought it would be fun to see how many different countries I could read books from without repeating a single country. As of right now, for example, the last two books I read were Quiet by Susan Cain, who is an American author, and The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up by Marie Kondo, who is a Japanese author. So if I read any books by American or Japanese authors, then I am breaking the chain and I have to start the count back from zero. Right now, I am reading A Song for Our Bond by Guy Gabriel Kay, who is a Canadian author. And if you're watching this, Sabrina, I'm finally reading this book. It's kind of a thick book and I haven't had much time to read, so I'm going to take my time with this one. But that's okay. After I finish with this book, maybe I can read The Book Thief by Markus Zusak, who is an Australian author, because this is a book that I've been meaning to reread for the longest time. Or I can maybe read some Tintin from Belgium. I also own Purple Hibiscus by Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie on Kindle, as well as Brave New World by Aldous Huxley. There are also a couple books in the library that I've been wanting to read from other countries, so I'm really excited about that. And the moment that I suddenly get unexcited about it, then it's totally fine. I'll just move on to some other fun challenge that aligns with one of my goals. But I'm not going to force myself to read a certain number of a certain type of book every single month without even considering what I actually want to do or actually want to read that month. I'm going to achieve my reading goals. Maybe it won't be in the way that I expected myself to, but that's totally fine. Because my main resolution for the year is just to have fun.